Okay, today I'm going to be doing an exercise called the decline bench press. Before you do this, you want to make sure that you warm up so that you don't hurt yourself. Having the bar, normally when you do a bench press, you're going to be hitting about the nipple line. If you're doing an incline where your head is going to be higher than your butt, you're going to go a little bit higher. And then doing a decline, it's going to hit the bottom of the chest. You want to make sure that you go a little bit lower. So you'll see how I do it right now. All right, so another good thing about this, because of the position, you're gonna go a little bit less range than a regular bench or an incline bench. This allows you to use heavier weight. This is gonna work more the lower part of the chest. For a lot of people, that's something that's overdeveloped or something you get easily. So I wouldn't have this as a main staple of my exercises during my routines. It would just be something that I would do once in a while. The type of training that I do follows more of a bodybuilding style, and it's to work on your weak points first. So for most people that are training for bodybuilding, the upper part of the chest and the inner part of the chest are going to be the ones that have the biggest weaknesses. So I would usually start with incline press or flies, but decline bench is definitely something that's great to do if you're training, and I definitely recommend it. Another way for you to simulate this kind of training right here, if you were to do a push-up, but have a push-up on a bench, your hands are on a bench, you're pushing, but it's a little bit lower that you're pushing. That'll help you to work that lower chest. Another thing that I'll do usually for workouts to help either warm up or to burn out my chest, I'll do 10 push-ups with my feet on a bench, hands on the floor. That's gonna be more of an incline press. Those are gonna be the hardest ones. After those 10, I do 10 push-ups regular on the floor, feet and hands on the floor. After I do those 10s, chest, shoulders getting tired, I'll put my hands on the bench. It's gonna be more of a decline. And then I'll do 10 there. That's a great way to spice up your training, like I said, whether it's before your workout or after your workout. And this is a look at decline press using the IM 2000 and the Super Bench from Iron Master. Thanks for watching. Peace.
A few things you'll notice about this set right here. The eccentric portion where I'm actually going down with the weights is in control. I'm not going too fast. I'm also not going all the way down into my chest. You don't have to overdo it when it comes to the stretches. Also, I'm making sure not to fully extend my elbow, as that'll end up involving more of my triceps. I try to find that correct range of motion where I can stretch and squeeze and get the most benefit.
All right, so now I just finished doing my decline bench press. I was going with the 45s and 25s and 245s. I also changed the angles so that I can hit different parts of the chest. After that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this into a low position so that I can do some isometric bench presses, which there's gonna be literally no movement. So I'm gonna put this low. I'm gonna make sure to put this little pin here to lock it in place so that it doesn't move. And I'm going to be pushing against the bar, but I'm not going to be going anywhere. This type of training is good, honestly, for anyone to do. And it's not an easy training, but it's definitely going to help you out with strength. And it's going to be another way to engage your muscles without hurting yourself. So I have it right here, and I'm in a good position, and I push up.
Notice while I'm pushing up, my elbows are still by my side, pointed a little bit downward. Use the force of your chest to hold it in place for those 10 seconds.
I'm going to do that 2 more times. Here we go.
This is also great for other body parts as well. Think of yourself as doing an exercise, but in the midway of that exercise, pushing and holding that force.
One more time, 10 seconds. And go.
One more thing about the isometric holds. This is not something that I would do at the beginning of my training. It's something that I would save for the middle or at the end of my training,
so,
after you're warmed up.
Since I have that screw in, I can move the screw out. And that was a little bit of isometric training right there for the chest. I think it's super important when creating a program to mix up the exercises. So I don't normally do the decline bench. That's why I'm doing it today. Also, this is a great tool to use those isometric presses. If you don't have a machine like this, you could do something as easy as pushing against the wall outside of your house, maybe on your house or against the wall that's firm. That'll help to engage those muscles. And then I'm gonna do some other plyometric type exercises. I have a Bosu ball, which is going to be this right here. So I'm gonna be doing some of those. But again, if you don't have that, you can do just push-ups off the floor, plyometric style, using power to push yourself up, or something like the sand dune step.
This is great to fully exhaust the muscle that you're working doing plyometric work, where you're using the power with no weights. Because I'm doing this with my whole body, it's forcing me to use my core, so I get a better core training. And after I do these 10 reps that are explosive, I'm going to do 10 regular reps. Notice that I'm not extending my elbows all the way up straight. If I were to do that, I would feel it more in my tricep. By keeping that bend, I'm able to fully stretch, fully squeeze the muscle that I'm working. This next exercise right here is pretty much like a front raise for shoulders while squeezing your chest. This will help to build the muscles around that area of your chest and your shoulders. Today I also did shoulders, so this was a great way for me to warm up for my shoulders before I even started doing the training. Notice that I'm not using a lot of heavy weight. It's lightweight, but it works.